Welcome back to the channel, guys. Currently Wednesday. Sorry that I sound weird. Still feel like crap. We have 2007 Chevrolet Malibu. It's the Ecotec. I think it's a 2.4 liter. And we're going to do a timing chain in the car. Came with a couple new tensioner, all this good stuff, new chain. It's not really that big of a deal to do timing chain in these. You are doing quite a bit of labor, but there's nothing that's super duper like hard about it. You just have to be careful, and you can't drop that chain, or I don't know. It's been a minute since I've done this. This is more Corey's field of work. This is, I mean, he'll get over here and we'll knock this thing out in no time. But yeah, we did do one in my girlfriend's car a while back, but we'll just pop the valve cover off, get all this plastic off, pop the valve cover off. We'll have to take the tire off, jack the car up, take a motor mount loose, and we'll basically pull the timing cover off the side of the engine, have to mark it all, lock the cams in place, and then switch the chain out, switch the tensioners out. So, I mean, you definitely got to be careful with what you're doing. This isn't going to be how-to by any means. I just want to show you guys the process on camera, but, you know, don't reference any of this because this is something that if you're not comfortable doing it, you need to take it somewhere and have it done. These are interference motors, and it will trash the motor if something's wrong. So, without further ado, I'm probably going to get all that stuff pulled off the top. Whenever we start digging into the guts of the motor, I'll probably set the time lapse up so you guys can see. All right, guys, we were about to time the engine. Corey's having me turn it over, and he's lining up the timing marks. And he told me to stop. Check this out for a second. And these are interference motors.
It should have broke that chain already.
Really? It's that bad?
Well, that guide's broke right there. I ain't gonna be surprised if this guy down here is broke too, probably.
It's like,
this thing had to make
I can almost take it off right there. Look at that. I can almost take it off.
It's probably a little tighter when it's running. It's got oil pressure, but I mean,
yeah,
that's really loose.
Even on startup, it could have
jumped time.
Yeah, they got it in the perfect time. Corey says this is the worst one he's ever seen that still runs.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty much every single guide in here is broken. Okay, we pretty much determined every single guide on this thing is broken. Like all of them. Try to find that bolt. Where's that bolt at? The chain was actually rubbing multiple items behind the timing chain.
This one's messed up too. Chain's been riding on that.
All right, guys, the dogs are now congratulating Corey for how good of a job he did.
It was good.
Changing this timing chain. So, from start to finish, overall not that bad of a process. Took a couple hours. Just very high risk job. You know, if you screw something up, pretty much gonna trash the motor. It wouldn't have took as long as it did take us, but the timing chain and all the tensioners were so broken and so bad that, I mean, it was just pure luck that this thing is still running.
The guides were everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally taking, I had to take this Dodge shift rod, because this is the only thing I had with a hook on it, and he was sticking it down in the motor and literally pulling up on the plastic that was wedged in between the balancer chain and the block itself. It was messed up, but everything's good. Got her all put back together. She's ready to roll. Probably last a couple 100,000 more miles. So without further ado, should have got it before so you guys could have heard it. Nice quiet engine. No more chain slapping going on in there. So she's ready to rip. Just rev it up a couple times, make sure everything's good, get it high in the RPM. I'm gonna strap a camera on you one day and just make you run. See how fast you are. How you guys doing? Welcome back. We are now delivering the Malibu, taking it back to the owner, and we are going to go help Bailey for a little bit. We're gonna put a new axle shaft in one of his razors. We are gonna be going to Aspen Acres this weekend. You guys remember we went there with the IDI a while back. We're gonna go with the razor this weekend. I'm going to try and make a video of it. I want to vlog a little bit while we're there, just kind of bring you guys along for the ride, see if I can set up like a helmet cam or something while we're on the razors. So just want to bring you guys along. But anyways, let's get over here and see if we can get this thing fixed. All right, guys, just want to show you guys a little tip on how to get these CV axles. If they get stuck in these, this thing, we tried prying on it and everything, and you really don't want to break that case. So what we did, you guys see here, this is just you take this CV axle apart, and there's a bearing inside that, and then you can take this pilot bearing. It's a pilot bearing tool. I'll show you. And this pilot bearing tool, see which way it goes. And it expands, and it gives you something to bite on. You see how it expands out? So I stuck it in that hole, pulled back on it, 4 or 5 whacks with this thing, and it comes off. So that's very helpful. You can get these at O'Reilly's, rent them. It's like 80 bucks to rent it. Get your money back, take it right back. Boom. Bailey's putting the motor we put the crank in the other day. He's wrapping it all up, putting it back in the razor. Looks like he's putting the clutch on it right now. We also put a new drive belt on this one. Had to pop that plastic cover off, switch it out. This old one was about to break. You can see it right there. It wouldn't have lasted much longer. Mason's just helping out. Mason's holding this door on real quick.
Yeah.
Corey's making sure that roll cages don't jump off on the back. Roman's making sure this car don't move. It's currently about 8:50 in the morning, and Saturday we're headed to Aspen Acres. We gotta go meet Bailey, load the razors up on the trailer. We gotta go pick up Brandon. Just me and Caitlin today, and we're gonna get over here, get these all loaded up. Well, actually we have to stop at Rural King first to get zip ties, so that way we can zip tie a plexiglass windshield on one of the razors, and then we're gonna go meet up with Bailey. So let's go. You guys can hear this one is all back together and running. He's just letting it idle, trying to break the motor in. Everything sounds good on it. He's just making sure this one runs good before we go. Gotta get it loaded up, and then we're gonna head down there. Got all these massive zip ties installed on the windshields. Here we go. We gotta get loaded up on here. We're gonna go pick up Brandon's Jeep. You guys remember the last time we went to Aspen, we took Brandon's Jeep as well. So you guys have probably seen some videos of it before if you've been subscribed for a while, but we're gonna put both these razors on here sideways. So we'll see how this goes. Got both the razors. Well, we got one up here already. We had to put the skid plate on it. It's actually made out of a stop sign, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to load this one up. See how close he can get to it. This is really not good for me at all to go ride one of these all day. I'm really gonna want one. Everyone's trying to climb this hill. Brandon got up it. Ricky's trying to get up it now. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it or not. Ricky Cam.
What's up?
What are you doing, man?
A little stuck.
Yeah, you look like you're a little stuck.
I told Brandon to let me the swampers.
Huh?
I told Brandon I should use the swampers this weekend. He wouldn't let me.
What a dick. First time I've ever seen a live animal at Aspen. Bailey's chasing him. Bailey, what do you think of that, man? I don't know. $2,000?
No, it ain't gonna pull that out.
Hey, can you go grab his truck?
Whose?
Brandon's?
Yeah, I
Well, now I got Brendan's truck here. Big old dually. We're gonna try to pull this thing out. Luckily, they're all not that wet, so it's really too cold really to be that deep in the water, but we're gonna get this truck down there and get her out. Sounds like a pack of wild banshees coming to get you. Man, I told you it was deep out there. What were you thinking?
It wasn't deep. It looked deep.
We're in the process of getting more straps to get this thing pulled out. We got two like 50 footers and that's still not enough. They've been dropping their phones in the water. They got one of the phones out and it still works though, matter of fact. So that's good. We're just waiting on a strap. Brandon had to walk through the water. His ass is soaked. It looks really cold, man.
It's fucking cold. This thing's got the off-road package, so it should be good.
Heading out. You're gonna have to do it in reverse. You need some speed, man. We gotta change the rear tire, so I figured this would be the easiest way to do it.
I think your muffler's stuck.
My Joe?
Yeah. I gotta push you back in.
Yeah, back all four tires were off the ground.
Yeah, we can give you a shove if you're ready to go. You wanna go forward or backwards? You need, yeah, you definitely need to get going faster for that kind of stuff. You better get in there.
I bet you won't hit it faster.
Bet you won't either. The battery coming hooked.
All the way.
All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that footage while we were at Haspin. It's a pretty good time overall. Definitely a learning experience for some people, but overall good time. No one got hurt or frostbite or anything like that, so could have been bad, but we played it safe. We had a vehicle right there warm, ready to go in case they got wet, and it was all good. Now we are finally got an engine stand. Mason is going to get his engine set up on here, and that way we can start working on it, easier to move it around. Obviously we're gonna have to do a rebuild on this thing, so let's get it up on the stand and we'll go from there. Corey is getting his edge box worked on. He has to take it off, pull all the wiring off of it, send it into Edge. They're gonna go through everything, do some updates on it. Did you say they were gonna change the tuning on it?
I don't know for sure what they're gonna do.
Don't really know if there's any provisions or anything changed, but he's just having a little bit of issues with wanting to constantly throw a code, but they're willing to work with him on getting it fixed up. So he's gonna get that sent in and get it put back on. We thought this was actually like a super old tuner, but it's what, like 2016?
Yeah,
It's only a couple years old, so there's no reason to spend, you know, $1,000 to duplicate it whenever you can just get this one fixed. So that's an update on Corey's truck. Not really a lot changed other than that. I don't really know why, but I did a trade deal on the 47. I have it sold. We're gonna be putting it in my buddy's regular cab 12 valve. It's a pretty sweet truck, super clean. He's actually we're gonna change the tail housing on it and put it in a 2-wheel drive. And I got these wheels and a couple other parts off of him for him. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with these. Bailey might buy them, I don't know. But they're pretty cool. They're turbo. I mean, they got like some chips and stuff, but I considered sticking them on the Fummins, but obviously it doesn't have an engine right now, so. Anyways, let's get this motor jacked up over here. Okay guys, we got the engine put on the stand here. Just use 3 motor mount bolts. Sits up there pretty high, but it's rated for 2,000 pounds, so should be fine. All right guys, it's currently 6:30. And we're just chilling here in the garage. Bailey is welding stuff on his transfer case because it has stripped out drain plugs on it. I'm recording, but this is wrapping up the end of the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.